This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional medical advice. Please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare specialist before starting any new vitamins or supplements mentioned in this video. Use of this information is at your own risk. Why do hospitals give this one nutrient to bedridden patients but never tell you about it? Your muscles are starving, and a simple stumble could turn into a death sentence. You are fighting a war against gravity, and you are losing. But this single compound acts as a shield, stopping muscle death immediately. Here's the secret they forgot to tell you. If you are over 60, I want you to look at your legs right now. Do they look thinner than they did 5 years ago? Do you feel a slight tremble in your knees when you stand up from a low chair? Please listen closely, because that is not just a sign of aging. That is your body actively dissolving its own muscle tissue to survive. It is a silent biological decay preparing you for the one fall that ends your independence forever. You might think you are simply getting older, but in reality, you are fighting a war against a condition that eats away at your strength while you sleep. Imagine the moment you can no longer walk to the bathroom by yourself. That day is coming much faster than you realize. But what if I told you that there is one single secret ingredient, a compound used in emergency rooms to save wasting patients, that can stop this destruction instantly? What if you could rebuild that lost muscle without lifting a single weight or running a single mile? The answer could save your life, and you cannot afford to ignore it. Welcome to ElderFit Nutrition. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. Our mission is to ensure that your golden years are spent standing tall, not sitting down. If you want to protect your independence and discover the science of staying strong, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button right now. Your support gives us the motivation to keep uncovering these life-saving health secrets for you. Now, let's face the hard truth that most doctors are too polite to tell you. There is a reason why a simple stumble in the bathroom or a slip on the sidewalk becomes a death sentence for so many seniors. It is not the fall itself, it is the frailty that caused it. This condition has a name, sarcopenia. It is the silent thief of old age. Unlike osteoporosis, which affects your bones, sarcopenia attacks the very engine that moves you. It strikes hardest at your legs, the pillars of your existence. You might not notice it day to day, but the decline is exponential. Consider this terrifying statistic. If you are over 60 and you are forced to stay in bed for just 1 week due to a minor illness or injury, you can lose up to 10% of your total leg muscle mass. That is equivalent to losing a decade of strength in just 7 days. The tragedy is that for most seniors, once that muscle is gone, it feels impossible to get back. You eat protein, you try to stay active, but you feel weaker every year. Why? Because your body has developed anabolic resistance. Think of your muscles as a house that needs constant repairs. When you were young, the construction crew was fast and efficient. But now, the doors to that house are locked. You can send in all the protein you want, but the materials just pile up outside, and the repairs never happen. Your metabolism has simply stopped listening to the signals to build muscle. This is why traditional advice fails so many people. They tell you to go to the gym, but you have joint pain. They tell you to lift weights, but you are afraid of injury. It feels like a losing battle. But this is where the story changes. This is where we flip the script on aging. New research has uncovered a metabolic key that can unlock those doors again. It is a natural compound that bypasses that resistance entirely. It doesn't ask your body permission to build muscle, it commands it. It is called HMB, or beta-hydroxy-beta-methylbutyrate. This isn't a pharmaceutical drug with a list of side effects a mile long. It is a substance your body is supposed to make naturally, but has forgotten how to produce in sufficient quantities. This powerful nutrient works as a shield, protecting your muscle tissue from breaking down even when you are resting, even when you are sitting in your chair reading this. It is the closest thing we have to a muscle preservation switch. And today, we are going to show you exactly how to turn it back on. Before we dive into the specific foods that contain this miracle compound, I want you to pause and reflect on your own journey. We want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these is your biggest motivation for rebuilding your strength today? A. I want to maintain my independence and never rely on others for daily care. B. I want to have the energy to travel and play with my grandchildren without pain. Please type A or B in the comments right now. Your answer matters because understanding your why is the first step to changing your how. To understand how we can reverse the clock on your leg strength, we must look inside the microscopic machinery of your cells to identify exactly what this metabolic shield is. The hero of our story is beta hydroxy beta methylbutyrate, or HMB for short. It is not a foreign chemical or a synthetic drug concocted in a laboratory to trick your body. Rather, it is a natural substance that your own system produces in trace amounts. It is born from leucine, an essential amino acid found in protein-rich foods. Under normal circumstances, when you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, and a tiny fraction of that leucine is converted into HMB. In a young, thriving body, this process is efficient enough to keep muscles robust and repairing themselves. However, nature plays a cruel trick on us as we age. Here lies the scientific crux of why you are struggling with weakness despite your best efforts. Research indicates that as we cross the threshold of 60, our body's internal chemistry changes. The metabolic pathway that converts leucine into HMB becomes sluggish and inefficient. You could be eating the same amount of protein as you did in your 30s, but your aging liver and muscles can no longer extract enough HMB from it. This creates a biological deficit. Your muscles are crying out for this compound to repair the daily wear and tear, but the supply line has been cut. This phenomenon contributes to what doctors call anabolic resistance, where your muscle cells essentially fall asleep and stop responding to normal nutritional signals. This is why supplementing with HMB or strategically consuming foods that maximize its production is so revolutionary. HMB acts as a wake-up call to your cellular machinery, working through a fascinating dual mechanism that no other nutrient can replicate. Think of your muscles as a building under constant renovation. In sarcopenia, the demolition crew is working overtime while the construction crew is on a permanent coffee break. HMB steps in as the foreman. First, it powerfully inhibits the enzymes responsible for breaking down muscle protein. It effectively fires the demolition crew, putting an immediate stop to the wasting away process. This anti-catabolic effect is what makes it so valuable for seniors who cannot exercise intensely. It preserves what you have. Simultaneously, HMB activates the mTOR pathway. This is the biological switch that tells your body to build new tissue. It forces the construction crew back to work, stimulating protein synthesis even in the absence of heavy resistance training. The clinical evidence supporting this is nothing short of profound. A landmark study published in the Journal of Gerontology revealed that elderly patients who took HMB were able to preserve their muscle mass during 10 days of strict bed rest, while those who took a placebo suffered significant muscle atrophy. Another study involving nursing home residents showed that after just 12 weeks of HMB intervention, participants increased their leg strength by an average of 17.8%. That percentage is not just a number on a page. It translates directly to real-world function. A 17% increase in leg strength is the difference between being stuck in a chair and standing up under your own power. It is the difference between shuffling your feet and walking with a steady, confident stride. To achieve these results, clinical trials suggest a specific therapeutic window, typically between 1.5 to 3 grams of HMB daily. This dosage ensures that your blood levels remain stable enough to provide that constant protective shield around your muscle fibers, allowing you to reclaim the structural integrity that age tries to steal away. While HMB serves as the metabolic commander in the battle against sarcopenia, it cannot win the war alone. To truly rebuild the pillars of your independence, you must supply your body with the raw materials that not only fuel HMB production, but also create the perfect biological environment for it to thrive. We are not just talking about calories here. We are talking about functional fuel for your legs. The first soldier in this alliance is humble cottage cheese. This is not just a diet food from the 1980s. It is the ultimate nighttime defense for your muscles. Because it is rich in slow-digesting casein protein, consuming a small bowl 30 minutes before bed releases a steady stream of leucine into your bloodstream while you sleep. It effectively wraps your leg muscles in a protective blanket, preventing the catabolic breakdown that typically accelerates during the fasting hours of the night. Complementing this is Greek yogurt, a powerhouse that puts regular yogurt to shame. With nearly triple the protein content, it provides a dense source of HMB precursors. But for your legs, the benefit is twofold. The calcium aids bone density, ensuring that the structural frame holding your muscles remains unyielding. A strong muscle on a weak bone is a recipe for fracture, so this combination is non-negotiable. Next, we must address the myth surrounding eggs. For years, you were told to fear the yolk, yet that is where the magic lies. The yolk contains vitamin D, a critical nutrient that acts as the ignition switch for your neuromuscular system. Without adequate vitamin D, your brain struggles to send strong signals to your legs, leading to that feeling of unsteadiness. Eating whole eggs provides the most bioavailable source of leucine while simultaneously sharpening your balance. For those whose knees ache with every step, salmon is your greatest ally. The chronic inflammation in aging joints acts like rust on a hinge, making movement painful and discouraging activity. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon lubricate these joints and quell the inflammation, clearing the path for the leucine to do its work. If you need raw power, we look to lean beef. It is nature's most concentrated source of leucine, but it also delivers iron and creatine. Iron ensures oxygen floods your thigh muscles to prevent fatigue, while creatine provides the explosive energy needed to push yourself out of a deep armchair. Speed also matters, which brings us to whey protein. As we age, our digestive systems slow down, but whey bypasses this hurdle. It absorbs in under 30 minutes, flooding your legs with amino acids exactly when they need them most, ideal for the moments after you've been active. Finally, we cannot ignore the importance of rest. Many seniors suffer from painful leg cramps at night that ruin sleep and recovery. Quinoa, a complete plant protein, offers the solution. Rich in magnesium, it helps relax the muscle fibers, preventing spasms, and allowing your legs to truly recover and grow stronger for the day ahead. Now that you understand the individual power of these nutritional allies, the secret to true transformation lies in how you weave them together. You cannot rely on a single magic meal to undo decades of aging. You must construct a daily rhythm that keeps your muscles in a constant state of repair. Think of this as a strategy of synergy, where HMB supplementation and natural food sources amplify each other's effects. The supplement provides the concentrated metabolic signal that your aging body can no longer produce in bulk, while the whole foods provide the foundational building blocks and the supporting cast of vitamins and minerals. One without the other is like a construction site with blueprints but no bricks, or bricks with no workers. Flexibility is your friend in this process. You do not need to become a gourmet chef or spend hours in the kitchen. A simple lunch of canned salmon over quinoa creates a potent anti-inflammatory, muscle-building meal that requires zero cooking. A hard-boiled egg is the perfect portable snack to keep your leucine levels elevated between meals. A scoop of whey protein shaken with water is an instant recovery tool that takes seconds to prepare. These are not burdens. They are small, manageable investments in your future mobility. However, we must also address safety, because a responsible approach to health always puts well-being first. While HMB and these foods are natural, your body is unique. If you have a history of kidney disease or are currently navigating complex medication regimens, a conversation with your doctor is essential before adding concentrated supplements to your routine. But here is the final piece of the puzzle that turns good results into great ones: movement. HMB works miracles, but it works best when your muscles are asking for help. You do not need a gym membership or heavy iron. Simply performing the sit-to-stand motion from your favorite chair 10 times in a row with control sends a distress signal to your thigh muscles. When you combine that signal with high levels of circulating HMB and adequate protein, your body responds with urgency. It rushes to reinforce those muscle fibers, making them thicker and more resilient. This is the sandwich strategy. Fuel your body, stimulate the muscle with gentle movement, and then refuel to lock in the gains. By integrating these nutritional choices with even the smallest amount of intentional activity, you create a positive feedback loop that defies the typical downward spiral of aging. Let us be very clear about our destination here. We are not striving for a beach body or the physique of a 20-year-old athlete. That is vanity. And frankly, it is irrelevant. What we are fighting for is something far more precious: your dignity. We are fighting for the ability to close the bathroom door and handle your own needs without asking for help. We are fighting for the strength to walk down the aisle at a grandchild's wedding, not watch it from a wheelchair in the back row. We are fighting for the freedom to wake up in the morning and decide where you want to go, knowing that your own two legs are strong enough to take you there. This journey is not about fearing the future. It is about taking ownership of it. The decline of muscle mass may be a natural part of biology, but accepting frailty is a choice. Today, you have been given the blueprint to make a different choice. You now possess the knowledge that separates those who wither away from those who thrive. You understand that your body is forgiving, that it is waiting for the right signal to begin rebuilding, regardless of whether you are 65 or 85. It is never too late to start, but you must start. Do not wait for the cane to become a necessity. Do not wait until the day you cannot get up from the sofa to realize the value of the strength you have lost. Start today. Start with 1 scoop of protein, 1 serving of salmon, or simply the decision to prioritize your nutrition. View every meal not just as food, but as a direct deposit into your savings account of independence. Your strength is your freedom, and your muscle health is the lifeline that connects you to the people and experiences you love. If this message has given you a new sense of hope and a clear path forward, please share this video with someone you care about. Together, we can change the narrative of aging from one of decline to one of resilience. Thank you for watching EldraFit Nutrition, and remember, stand tall, stay strong, and never give up on your body. As we draw this conversation to a close, I want you to take a moment to truly visualize the future that lies ahead of you. We have spent this time discussing molecules, enzymes, and nutritional strategies, but let us not lose sight of what these things actually represent. HMB is not just a supplement. It is a tool of defiance. It is your refusal to accept the fading of your light. The 7 foods we discussed are not merely groceries to be added to a list. They are the daily investments you make in your own autonomy. In a world that often overlooks the elderly or assumes that decline is inevitable, taking control of your biology is a radical act of self-love. It is a declaration that you are not done yet, that you still have places to go, people to hug, and life to live. The most dangerous lie we tell ourselves as we age is that it is too late. We look at our thinning limbs or feel the ache in our joints and assume that the window of opportunity has closed. But the science we have explored today proves otherwise. Your body is an incredibly resilient vessel. It does not hold grudges against the past. It only responds to the present. The moment you introduce HMB and proper nutrition into your system, your cells begin to react. They do not care how old you are. They only care that help has finally arrived. This biological truth should fill you with immense optimism. You are not a spectator in your own decline. You are the captain of the ship, and you now have the map to steer away from the rocks. The profound lesson here is that consistency always defeats intensity. Many seniors fail because they think they need to overhaul their entire life overnight, joining a gym, training like an athlete, or following a restrictive diet. That approach leads to burnout. The real magic lies in the compound effect of health. Just as compound interest builds wealth over time, small biological inputs build strength over time. How to apply this today? Do not try to do everything at once. Pick one small victory. Maybe tonight, it is just eating that serving of cottage cheese before bed. Maybe tomorrow, it is just taking the HMB supplement with your morning water. These tiny actions seem insignificant in the moment, but repeated over 365 days, they result in a physiological transformation that can save you from a fall. Focus on the process, not the outcome, and trust that your body is doing the work in the background. Now, I have a very simple question for you, and I would love to read your answers in the comments below. It helps us build a community of action takers. Which one of the 7 foods mentioned in this video are you going to add to your shopping list this week? Please type your answer below, whether it is salmon, eggs, or Greek yogurt. Writing it down is the first step to making it happen. If you found value in this video and want to continue this journey of strength and independence with us, please click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support is the fuel that keeps EldraFit Nutrition running, allowing us to bring you more life-changing content. Thank you for your time, and here is to a stronger, healthier you.